Well, let's get more on what's happening in the Middle East. Bridget Rollason joins us from Jerusalem. Bridget, Iran continues to launch missiles towards Israel. Have they managed to reach any of their targets?
Well, Yvonne, Iran has certainly hit some targets here in Israel, but I can really only tell you about the civilian targets that it's been hitting because the Israeli government prevents the media from talking about military targets that Iran has been hitting and targeting because of its censorship laws. We do know that at least 11 people have been killed from Iranian strikes in Israel. They have mainly been hitting areas like Tel Aviv and northern Israel. Here in Jerusalem, we have had air raid sirens telling us to go back down to bomb shelters a few times in the past 24 hours. We had one at 4 a.m. this morning and two in the hours since. And speaking to people here in Jerusalem, it is quite unusual for this city to be targeted. People say they are quite surprised that Iran has been hitting Jerusalem with missiles as well, because this city is such a sacred city to so many religions. Since we have been here, though, we have noticed that there have been a lot less missiles coming in from Iran. In the first couple of days of this war, the Iranians launched hundreds of missiles a day into Israel and across the Middle East. Now the IDF says that has been less than 50, and of course that is in Israel and across the Middle East. We know that Iran has also been targeting Gulf countries, and we've seen places like US embassies in Dubai and Qatar also targeted. Now, we've also heard that the IRGC has struck a US tanker in the Persian Gulf in the last half an hour or so. We've heard that, and that is currently on fire. We've also heard that Iranian drones have bombed an airport in Azerbaijan. So that is the first time that country has been targeted as this war in the Middle East continues to expand.
Well, that's right. Just in the past 24 hours, we've seen how this conflict has been widening, and there are also now reports of Iran targeting Kurdish groups in Iraq. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we know that Iran has been launching drone strikes in Iraqi Kurdistan, targeting the Kurdish groups there. And this means in retaliation there could be another front to this war, because we are hearing that America is negotiating with its US-backed Kurdish fighters there to possibly launch a ground invasion against Iran. There are reports that the CIA and America are arming these Kurdish fighters, and of course they have a long history of doing so. We know that there are thousands of Kurdish forces along the Iran and Iraq border, so there has been a flurry of talks between the US President Donald Trump and Kurdish leaders to try to mobilise these soldiers, although the White House has denied reports that they are about to start a ground invasion in Iran. So we will see what happens there in the coming days and whether we do see that happen.
And Bridget, what's the latest on reports of Israeli forces entering southern Lebanon?
Well, Yvonne, we have been seeing that tens of thousands of people in Lebanon have been told by the IDF to evacuate as it has launched that ground invasion and also continues to launch airstrikes across southern Lebanon and Beirut. People that the ABC have spoken to in Lebanon, and particularly in Christian Armenian communities, have told us that they don't want to leave. We have also been seeing a lot of Syrian communities trying to cross back into Syria as this war intensifies in Lebanon. We are also hearing from the IDF that Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militant group, has been targeting bases in Israel, and they've also been trying to target Israeli forces that are on the ground there near the Lebanese border. In terms of the impact on the ground in Lebanon, we have been hearing that at least 72 people have been killed there, but that is expected to rise in coming days as Israel and Hezbollah continue to intensify their attacks against each other.
Bridget Rollason, thanks for updating us.